What's up, YouTube? It's Aerith, your favorite preservation evoker, and I'm here today to give you a quick and dirty little guide on how to heal Melidrussa Chillworn. It's the first boss in Ruby Light Pool. It's the hard one. Wanted to do a quick little guide on that. This is gonna be kicking off a new series. Well, it's an old series, and I'm bringing back where I show you how to heal some of the hardest bosses, in the given patch, on preservation. So yeah, I'm glad that you're here, and I hope you guys learn a lot from this. Before we get into it, though, make sure that you are following my YouTube and that you're following my Twitch as well. You're subscribed to my YouTube, I guess is what you say. So click the bell or the ding, the like, and the comment, and do like the thing with the, the do the thing or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, here we have it. We have our VOD pulled up. This is 18 tyrannical, so you know that it hurts. And we'll just get straight into it. So Melidrussa does a couple of things. That are very alarming to us, of course. Chillstorm is the major mechanic that we're looking to fight against. And so everything that we do is in preparing for Chillstorm. So we know that we have a Chillstorm coming in 10 seconds. So I've already, like, a handful of seconds ago, I precast, let's see. Like here, I know we're about to pull the boss, so we're going to get a Chillstorm early. So precast a Temporal Anomaly before we're going to go into combat. You can see I've already Verdant Embrace. I precast a Temporal Anomaly. Put out some reversions right as we pull. Actually, probably should have waited to put these reversions out. I put these out pretty early. It's like a little minor mistake. You don't have to actually put out the revs until right before Chillstorm. But I do want to go ahead and get my ramp going. So here's our first ramp. Always, every time, I'm looking to send Stasis off cooldown. So I'm going to Verdant Embrace Stasis, and then Temporal Anomaly. One thing you'll see me do here is off cooldown, also cast a Fire Breath. This is to give myself Leaping Flames. You can see the buff up here in the corner of my screen. It's just a little bit more firepower that I'm holding on to. So we're going to do Verdant Embrace. We max and power the Fire Breath just so that we have some Leaping Flames sitting around. Then we finish our Stasis combo. We go Stasis, Temporal Anomaly, Dream Breath as we're getting sucked in. This is to combat all this ticking damage. And we start casting a Spirit Bloom. And on the goal of the Spirit Bloom is to release it right before. Like, we want the Spirit Bloom to go off right before the explosion of damage. So let's watch that in real time. And this is because we want everyone to be at 100% HP right before the pop of damage. At this level, if everyone's not at 100% HP, right as that happens, then they're dead. So then afterwards, you'll notice that after this happens, I will use those Leaping Flames, and boom, you can just see everyone get kind of topped up from the Leaping Flames. So now we're going to go ahead and cast the TA because we're casting TA off cooldown. We're going to use that to put out a bunch of reversions. As you can see, we have 2 reversions on me, 2 reversions on our Evoker, 2 reversions on the Rogue, 1 on the Priest. It should be 1 on the Rogue, 2 on the Priest, but I mean, in the heat of the moment, it's really hard to micromanage these things perfectly. So we still have a Stasis that we can release whenever. We're actually going to hold the Stasis till the last second. Press just a little bit early. Usually on the Stasis release, I like to press scales. And on the Stasis fill, I don't press scales. Because you have to release the Stasis a little bit earlier than right before the pop to allow the Dream Breaths to start rolling in. Otherwise, the actual taking damage gets you, like, pretty low. And so you're less likely to be at 100% health. So that's the second one's, like, usually better to defensive. Something minor, but might think about. So here we're going to go into our first Frost Overload. This is the other major mechanic that we need to worry about as healers. During this phase, when she starts to awaken the whelps, you can know that there's going to be huge amounts of damage. So during this time, you want to be ramping, like getting double Dream Breaths out, whatever it is they're going to do. One thing you can do during this phase is you can use your Fire Breath as a major heal. Fire Breath does funnel healing. If there's a lot of targets, then it's going to do a lot of healing. So you'll see, like, going into this phase, I kind of just put a lot of hots on people. And then I wait till the whelps start rolling in. And I just start channeling a Fire Breath. Here comes the first tick. Boom. Release. It just beats a tick. So here's what we're going to do for this first one. This very, very first one, I always try to I always aim to put Emerald Communion on cooldown. So what you'll notice I do is I put out enough echoes that I can get the full party. So we have an echo on Lunchbox. We put an echo on Twix. We Verdant Embrace off Walks, and we go into Communion. And your team is like pretty much immune to damage while Communion is happening. Here our tank unfortunately cheats, which makes this very scary for me for the rest of the fight. Also obviously scary for the tank, but being that the tank is in part your responsibility, it's just a problem. So after that one, we're going to do the same kind of basic pattern. We don't have stasis here. However, we do have all of our spells that we would typically put in stasis. So we do the same thing. We try to have as many reversions out as we can going into this. We don't really have a lot, unfortunately. But here it comes. So we go ahead and we do a temporal anomaly. We do a dream breath. And then we start channeling a spirit bloom. Looks like I choose to tip the scales on this one. I think I was a little bit worried for the tank. You can also buy yourself some time to spread reversions. So we go ahead and channel the firestorm, the fire breath, so that we have our leaping flames. This was interesting. So like, you can actually look at my abilities here and decide for yourself what you would do in this situation. You're about to have the big explosion of damage. You don't have access to Spirit Bloom. You don't have access to Drain Breath. So what can you do? I do have 4 stacks of Leaping Flames, right? So I think what I'm going to do is probably use those. And I do. So another thing that you can do in a pinch, and it's a technique that I think a lot of newer evokers probably won't necessarily pick up on, but what we basically did is we temporal anomaly shield and put echoes on everyone, and then we used our 4 leaping flames to basically just send out a whole bajillion leaping flames onto the party. Would have been what, 10 leaping flames, or 10 or I guess 9 living flames total there. So here we have stasis again. Have to have some cheeky rescues there at the end. As soon as we get our stasis back on this one, we see that we have all of our parts that are going to kind of line up. So it's the same regular stasis combo: Verdant Embrace, stasis, pre-temporal anomaly. That was a little weird with my positioning there. And channel the Spirit Bloom. We get some rescues out, saves our rogue's life. I could have been a little better with my TA. Looks like I don't cast TA here. Here we go. Like I'm a couple seconds late on this TA. I should have sent that off cooldown immediately. So for this one, I instruct the Shadow Priest to use Vampiric Embrace. I release the stasis. Start channeling a Spirit Bloom. Decide I don't need the Spirit Bloom. This was so sad. Really hate to see that. The whelp's knocked just out of reach of my fire breath. Or my deep breath. So as always, using hover to find the correct angle. To get the double dream breath out. We are notably saved there by Zephyr. Anytime that you feel like you're a little bit behind, or like it might be particularly scary, that's usually a good one to pre-Zephyr. You don't want to Zephyr after. Like you want to Zephyr before it ever happens. I think always the most interesting ones are the ones where you don't actually have like double dream breath, where you don't have anything like that, because that's when you have to start making use of your leaping flames. That's when you have to start making use of like your rewind, when you have to start making use of like all the other tools at your disposal, your rescues, like all these various things. So here we get stasis back. We just fill the stasis again. And at this point, I'm very low on mana. I've already used a potion. So we're pretty scared here. Stasis release, fortunately, not the most mana intensive thing in the world. Are able to save ourselves here. Have a scales as well. Our tank is now in red stagger. They do end up pressing survival instincts. And we're pretty much tapped on mana. I tell my tank, like, hey, I can't press a single button until this chill storm starts. And we use our Emerald Communion, which has just come off cooldown. I should have TA input reversions out for the Dragon Ride to just kind of top everybody passively, give me some procs of Life Spark, like all the good things, but instead I just sit down for some mana. And there you have it. That's how you beat the first boss in Ruby Light Pools on a high tyrannical key. This is I think 419 item level, and it is week what 3? Is this week 3? Week 3. Second tyrannical week of the season. Yeah. Sure, by the time some of you are seeing this video, we'll be doing 22 Ruby Light Pools. Who knows what we'll be doing with full builds. Anyways, thanks for watching this. I'm glad that y'all took the time to see through the end of this video. I hope this was helpful and that maybe you learned something. Till next time. Till next time, Godspeed. And may all your fire breaths of breath fires, your breaths be fire of breaths. Yes.